Common causes of failure to get pregnant. Many women wonder why they are failing to get pregnant, why they are failing to get the fruit of the womb. In this video, let's look at the commonest causes of failure to get pregnant and how you can work out them in order for you to get pregnant faster than you think. Please do not forget to subscribe because there are very many videos you need to watch. Subscribe and press the notification bell in order to be notified of any video we upload, and also share this video with very many people so that they can also learn. Today we are learning about something very important, very vital. Why? This topic, actually, I've ever discussed this topic. I'm repeating it for my viewers so that you can understand this. I have been receiving many messages in my inbox, people asking about this. Now, this issue is concerning infertility, but infertility in the simplest terms possible. What are the common reasons as to why women fail to conceive? What are the commonest reasons why women fail to get pregnant? What happens exactly is what we want to see. And also I want us to look at the workout. What can you do simply? Okay, what can you do in simple terms? Now, there are many reasons as to why a woman may fail to conceive, and we are going to group them under 4 headings. Number 1, the social issues. Number 3, pathological issues. Number 4, blood disorders. And number 5, the main issues. When we talk about social issues, let me tell you people, by the way, before you start thinking about that everything has failed, there are some simple things you need to look at. Social issues, long distance relationships. For you, someone stays in America and the partner stays in Nigeria. The partner stays in Nigeria, another stays in Amsterdam. One is in Kampala, Uganda, and another one is in Tanzania. That is a long distance relationship. Not only that, but also look at this instance. You're in the same country. One is in one state, another is in another state, which is far distant. 200 kilometers apart. And these people meet once in a month. These people meet over the weekend. These people meet once in a week. That can cause infertility. Because I don't want us to run to very big things. You know, maybe I'm sick, maybe I was bewitched. First look at that. Long distance relationship. Number 2, as far as social issues are concerned, is failure to time your ovulation. There are some women or there are some couples that do have sex but forget to have sex on their ovulation day, and therefore they will even spend like 2 years without conceiving, and that also results from those couples that are under or in a long distance relationship. I am trying to make these things simple so that you can get out what to do. Another issue can be anxiety or stress. This is very serious. Many women have failed to get pregnant to conceive because of anxiety. Why? Because when someone may be delays to conceive for 3 months, they become stressed, they get anxious. Every time they are having sex, they are like, you power in, I want to conceive. You know, they are anxious. They are not stable. Their minds are away, okay? Everything, whatever they are thinking about is conceiving. Actually, anxiety will not enable you to conceive. If you're playing sex when you're anxious, you may not be able to conceive. And therefore, it needs you to relax, have sex. In other words, go for sex as if for you, your main goal of having sex is to enjoy. And at the end of the day, you may be able to conceive. That is part 1. Now, part 2, we are looking at the pathology. Pathology, these are the medical reasons as to why someone may fail to conceive. I want you to look at this. Let us look at this structure. I usually want to draw this structure so that I explain my things clearly. So, if you look at this, this is our female reproductive system, because when I talk about structural issues, when I talk about pathological issues, I want us to look at this structure. This is the structure of a female reproductive system. And to name it, we shall say that this one is the cervix. And this one, of course, is the vag. That one. And then when you look at this, this is the womb. Or what most people call the uterus. Or the body of the uterus. Now we have a very important human being here called fallopian tube. Okay? There is a big man here called ovary. And something here called eggs or ovules. Now, when we talk about pathological causes of infertility or pathological pathological things, pathological diseases, pathological disorders, pathological whatever that cause infertility, we have to look at the structure causes. In the structure causes, we look at the structure of the female reproductive system. Now, if you look at this system, normally, I will repeat, normally, when a woman reaches her ovulation, when there is ovulation, an egg will move during ovulation. An egg will move from the fallopian tube, from the ovary to the fallopian tube here, and the egg will come here and at the region of ampulla. The egg will go there and wait for the sperm. What will happen during sex? When you're having sexual intercourse, you are relaxed, the man will release sperms here. Sperms will swim. They will swim through, because they will be released in the vagina, and then they will swim through the cervix. They will swim until they reach the ovary, the egg. The fastest, strongest, very good sperm will fertilize the egg. When they fertilize, they form a zygote, and the zygote will stay here for only 80 days, and it will be propelled by serial action back into the uterus for implantation. And this begins the pregnancy process. So a woman conceives. This is the natural way how a woman conceives. Now what happens? Which structural abnormalities can occur for a woman not to conceive? We are going to look at the cervix. You may find that your cervix is blocked. If this cervix is blocked, sperms will not be able to enter. Are you seeing that? Sperms will not be able to enter. So when you're failing to conceive, look at that. What about the uterus? The cervix may be okay, but you find that the uterus has fibroids. The uterus has masses, fibroids, polyps, whatever. It has masses. Now, will the sperms be able to swim? No. Why? They will be obstructed by the fibroids, the masses. And even if they are not obstructed by the masses, the chemicals they release, because in presence of fibroids you have high levels of progesterone. Okay? High levels of progesterone. And that will happen. Now, the woman will not be able to conceive. This is now the structure. Another issue can be structurally that a woman was not born with the ovary. A woman has no ovary. A woman has ovaries, but the ovaries don't have eggs. There are no eggs. All eggs are finished. That will make someone not to conceive. These are simple things. I don't want to complicate these things this time. I want to get them clearly, because you people ask me a lot of questions in the inbox. So, if there are no ovaries, how will you conceive? It will not happen. Let us go. If you look at the fallopian tube, if this fallopian tube is blocked, will the egg be able to move to the region of the ampulla? No. Will the sperms be able to move to reach the egg? No. Why? Fallopian tubes are blocked, and at the end of the day, this woman will not be able to conceive naturally. Structure. In the same vein, we are still looking at the pathological causes. It can be as a result of hormonal imbalance. If you have a problem with hormones, you see, if you look at this reproductive system, it is here, it is the structure. Now, I want to relate this to a vehicle, a motor vehicle, a car. What you see when you look at the car like this, what you see is the structure, like the body, the uterus. But that car, the body may be normal. For example, let's assume that the structure is okay. We have no blockage. Everything, the eggs are there. Everything, this female reproductive system is normal. Before I had put this, it's normal. Everything is normal. Now, that is how you see the car. But you enter in, start the ignition, and it is not igniting. You're not able to drive the car. What can happen? You may find that this car looks good, everything is okay, it's new. Like you can say, woman, she looks very beautiful, everything, her figure is good, mashallah, everything is okay. She looks, everything is wow. Just look at her and say, yes, this is the woman. That is the car. But when you ignite, nothing. Nothing. What does that mean? Check the oil. Check the oil about the engine. Check the oil. Does it have oil? Enough oil? If the oil is there, do you have fuel? All your gauge is down. The car looks beautiful, very, very nice. You're driving a Lamborghini. But does it have fuel? Did you put fuel? Or there is no fuel? If there is no fuel, the car will not take off. I'm trying to bring to you so that you don't get what, most people, I was bewitched, the sun saw it. I have a bad omen, my aunt cast me. No. Check the fuel. Do you have enough fuel in the car? The structure is okay, but is the fuel okay? Alright? Check the plugs inside, because outside you're not able to see, but the plugs, how are the plugs, the spark plugs, how are they? Are they normal? So, you must check inside. Now, the inside of the female reproductive system, we look at the hormones, the brain. This brain here is related to the reproductive system. There is a man called pituitary gland who is found in the brain, and it is the master. It is the one that controls the reproductive system. And that pituitary gland controls hormones. There are several hormones, but the commonest, or the main important ones I want to talk about are 6. Progesterone, estrogen, progesterone, estrogen, or what they call estradiol, prolactin, luteinizing hormone, follicle-stimulating hormone, and anti-mullane hormone, or AMH. So, the engine is the pituitary gland, and it controls the fuel gauge. It controls the oil. It has, all those things. The hydraulic and everything. If you don't have hydraulic or it's expired, the vehicle will not move. And therefore, if these hormones have problems, you will not be able to conceive. Let's take an instance. If the level of follicle-stimulating hormone is low, or the level of the luteinizing hormone is low, how are you going to be able to conceive? Why? Because with the luteinizing hormone, it is the hormone responsible to transfer or to transport the ova or the egg from the ovary to the fallopian tube for fertilization. So if LOH, luteinizing hormone, is not there, is low, how is this egg going to be moved? Therefore, everything, but the egg is not moving. Why? Fuel. How about if the luteinizing hormone is okay, the hormone responsible for moving the egg, but the one responsible for making the egg mature to grow is not there? What will happen? For you, you are there. The luteinizing hormone, I'm there, I'm waiting to pick the egg, but the egg is not yet mature. How will it move? No way. Oil. There is no oil. There is no oil. There is no oil. Then we have another one called progesterone. We have another one called estradiol. There are many hormones responsible for this process. The process will not go on smoothly because the hormones are imbalanced. What we call hormonal balance. I think that is also clear. Another pathology can be diseases. There are several diseases that affect the reproductive system, and a woman fails to conceive. For example, we are talking about these fibroids. The fibroids, we're talking about the polyps, but we can also have endometriosis, whereby the underlining of the uterus. I think check on one of my videos. I think there is a video which is talking about endometriosis. Check it out. Endometriosis. Check it out. It will teach you a lot. So that if there is endometriosis, a woman will not be able to conceive. Check out that video. I discussed it. Adenomyosis. Same thing. Adenomyosis. You will not be able to conceive. If you have infections, endometritis, pelvic inflammatory diseases, you will not be able to conceive. So all those can cause infertility or failure to conceive. Now, there is also number 3, which is blood disorders. Blood disorders. For example, all blood group disorders. For example, rhesus factor incompatibility. A woman has rhesus factor negative, okay? Rhesus factor negative, and a man has positive. What is happening? Rhesus factor positive, this is a man, plus rhesus factor negative, this is a woman. What is going to happen? We shall form a baby. Now, when one couple, when you have different rhesus factor, when you go for blood check or blood group checking, they will tell you have blood group O, you have blood group B, you have AB, you have this blood group. But alongside that, they will either put negative or positive. That is called rhesus factor, or D, blood group D. Rhesus factor negative or positive. Now, if you get married and one of you is negative, another one is positive, what will happen is that the first pregnancy will be okay. The first pregnancy will be okay because when these two, when they combine, okay, when you have the father is positive, the mother is negative, the baby is going to be positive, and therefore the baby will introduce, the baby will be like an alien, will be like a foreign body in the mother's womb. Now, but because it is the first pregnancy, that baby will survive. The firstborn survives because the body has not yet developed resistance against the alien. What happens is that the mother is negative, but the father is positive. The baby will be positive, okay? Will be positive. Now, because the baby is positive, the positive organism is being introduced into a negative organism. Therefore, the negative organism will view the positive organism as a foreign body, as an alien, as a stranger. But because the negative organism has not yet developed the muscles, has not yet developed the army to destroy a stranger, that stranger will pass untouched. And therefore the first baby will be okay. But the second one, the body will say, oh, the other time we were invaded by some negative, by some positive thing here. Therefore we have to develop weapons of mass destruction and we destroy it. So now the body is going to develop antibodies against rhesus factor positive. Therefore, the second pregnancy, the second born, that baby will die. Because the body will have developed mechanisms to fight against the external item. And therefore, the second born will die, the third born will die, fourth, the woman will not be able to keep the pregnancies. They will have abortions. Okay? So, you do the blood group. Another thing, now, all the last one, all the common causes, it's the main issue. Men men can be a cause of trouble. You find that a man has low sperm count. Low sperm count. So if there is low sperm count, for example, if the sperms are not enough, what will you do? What will fertilize the egg? You have low sperm count, or even the quality. The quality of the sperms is poor quality sperms. Okay, sperms with big heads. I said during fertilization, we need a sperm that is faster, that is strong, that has a target. Now, if your sperms are just like that, you will not be able to hit the target to make a woman conceive. Now, someone will say, this man has talked a lot. What can I do? Now, this is the workout. If you find yourself failing to conceive in a period of 6 months, and you are doing everything, and what I mean by everything, someone having sex at least 3 times a week, or at least someone who is targeting their ovulation day, and you fail to conceive in 6 months, we shall not call that infertility, but it is subfertility, and that can make you start thinking, checking with the doctor to find out if there is a problem. If you reach 1 year, that is infertility. We confirm that there is infertility. Now, you start serious investigations. But the first investigation should be yourself sit down and do a self-assessment. Because we said that one of the main causes is a social issue, psychological issue. Check yourself. Maybe you have anxiety. Maybe there is anxiety. Maybe you're stressed. Okay? Maybe, like we said, it's a long-distance relationship. Ask yourself, but really, I met my man once in a month. I think this is the reason why I'm not conceiving. Okay? So, do a self-assessment. But if you find that your assessment is okay, everything is okay with you, and you're failing to conceive, then go to the hospital. What are they going to do? Number 1, they will start with the simplest pelvic examination. The doctor will touch you around to examine you. In that touching, the doctor can find the problem. Number 2, we can go in for an ultrasound scan. The ultrasound scan is the one going to show us these things, the fibroids. It is going to show us that you have fibroids. It is going to show us that you have polyps. It is going to show us endometriosis. It is going to show us many things. Ultrasound scan. Secondly, go and do an HSD X-ray. This X-ray is looking at the patterns of tubes. This is the fallopian tube. If it is blocked, the X-ray will be able to tell us that the tubes are blocked. Then go and do a full fertility hormonal assay. I think whatever I'm now talking about, you've already seen it. You've already seen them in the causes. So go and do a fertility hormonal assay. Let's check the other hormones. What are we doing? We are checking. Is oil enough? Do you have enough for oil? Therefore, you're going to use a fuel, an oil gauge. Okay? Check if you have enough fuel. Okay? Is petrol there? Check the petrometer. Okay? Find out if you have enough fuel. What you're going to check? It's called the radiator. You check whatever, the hydraulic and whatever. Check everything. And now you're doing a fertility hormonal assay. Go and do a blood grouping, rhesus factor compatibility. Do a sepsis screen to rule out all those infections. What is a sepsis screen? The doctor will ask you for urine. They will do a vaginal swab, okay? They will do a CBC, blood CBC. They will do many things to find out if there is no problem. Now, do sperm analysis. Let your man do a sperm analysis. And mind you, when you're doing a sperm analysis, make sure that you've not had sex for at least 3 to 4 days. And then you got the sperm analysis. Let's assess, look at the sperms. And you are interested in the treatment. Whatever you find up there has to be treated. How? If it is a psychological issue, you need a counselor. Or counsel yourself. Do counseling. Okay? Counsel yourself. If you have anxiety, if you're stressed, let's have some counseling. Now, if we find any masses, whatever we find, fibroids, surgery is there, medicines are there for those masses. If you have infections, they can be treated. Treatment is there, antibiotics can be given, and the infection goes, then you conceive. Okay? If it's an issue with blood group, rhesus factor incompatibility, you have rhesus factor negative, we are going to give you anti-D. The moment you deliver, the firstborn, we give you Anti-D in the first 24 hours. Or if we find that you already gave birth and any abortion you get, we give you an Anti-D. It's a vaccine given within 24 hours after delivery. Then after that, you conceive. When you conceive on the 28th week, we still give you an Anti-D. Okay? So, if it's the tubes, fallopian tubes are blocked, they can be opened. Very many methods. There is a video I discussed about how to open fallopian tubes, how to treat blocked tubes. That video, check it out. There are many methods we can use to open those fallopian tubes. Okay? But now, if we find that everything, really the condition is not satisfying, okay? They cannot be treated. You cannot be treated. The masses are big. The hormones cannot be rectified. Everything is really distorted. Or even the uterus has issues. You cannot conceive normally. Then you can think about IVF, in vitro fertilization. And or you can also look at what they call artificial insemination. I thought that could help you as a workout on how you can be able to conceive even when you've taken long without conceiving. Do that, maybe you can find a solution. If it's your very first time to watch our video, our channel, please do not forget to subscribe and also press the notification bell in order to be notified of any important video we upload.